Thanks. Welcome back to another segment of The Finger of Doom, hosted by Metal-o-Mania.live and Krypton Scully. This week we're talking about a band that I really love and I'm really excited to bring it to you. Let's get to the particulars first. Their name, Psychic Dose. Very cool name. You can find them on Bandcamp under that name. Just search Psychic Dose and you'll find it. The track is The Curse of the Witch Hunter, and it is off of their 2018 release Maleficium, Volume 1, The Death of the Sorcerer, which was released in 2018. Let's talk about that name Maleficium for a second. You guys know what that means? It actually means to cause harm by means of the occult. And it was one of the major, ways of describing what was going on during the witch crazes of the 1500s, 1600s, and so on. They talked a lot about this idea of maleficium, which was to cause harm by means of the occult. That's what witches were doing to people, was causing harm, performing maleficium, right? Very cool. So one of the things I really love about this band is that they're very, very raw. This is raw, bluesy stuff, but it's all wrapped up in this occult metal sort of dressing, and so it ends up coming across as just a really intense, very compelling. It really, kind of has this overall very ominous vibe that really just draws you in, and you're constantly listening to, what they're doing and how they're delivering it and so forth. Very raw and emotional, like I had talked about. I think there's a lot of blues influence in it for sure, but it's very much, very much in the vein of doom and occult metal. Let's talk about the vocalist for a second. Amanda Howell. Her vocals they're not going to be kind of the soaring, beautiful, vocals that we often hear in doom. This is much more like gritty, raw, intense, emotionally charged vocals, and she will range from clean singing to this kind of really demented screaming that she can do, and it's just really cool. And in fact, the band in general will go through a lot of different feels. In their influences, they list a lot of doom bands like your St. Vitus and Candlemass and Pentagram and others like that, but they also list Judas Priest and Motorhead and Iron Maiden and so forth, and you can definitely hear that in the range of feels and the range of various songs that they end up doing. You can tell that there's a lot of different influences come in here. The overall package is just a really, really great album. So let's talk about where you can find them for a second. You can find them on Bandcamp. Of course, Facebook, I already talked about that. Just search Psychic Dose and you can find them on Facebook. Also on Bandcamp. And I do want to mention that this is definitely an underground band that has very much of a DIY sort of feel to it. So one of the things that they're doing on Bandcamp is they're giving away all of their digital downloads for free. You can just go and pick them up and you name your price. Like in Bandcamp, you just name your price. You can put in 0, you can put in whatever. However, I will say the purpose of them doing this is to try to raise money for upcoming projects. So if you go in and you donate $5 or $10, you get the digital download, you support a good cause, you support underground music. So go check them out on Bandcamp. It is simply Psychic Dose, all one word, .bandcamp.com, and you'll find them there. You can follow them and you can check out they have a pretty great back catalog actually, several albums, including an early release that was basically a very raw sounding demo, and they've actually debated whether to re-release that in kind of with better production and so on, or whether to leave it as it is as a historical record of where they came from. Personally, I kind of come down on the side of leave it where it is. It stands as what it was. It's good that way, and let it be. Follow the Finger of Doom on Facebook. We appreciate it. You can share the stuff that we put on there. We announce tour dates and albums and things like that. All right, thanks very much for joining us for another weekly segment of The Finger of Doom, allowing us to bring the doom to you here on Metal-o-Mania.live. Thanks to Krypton Scully for hosting us every single week, and until next week, Doom on.
Together with you I call to the night, to the covered woman. I call in the evening, at midnight, and in the morning, because I have enchanted thee. The sorcerer and the sorceress have bound me. My god and my goddess cry over me. I am plagued with pain because of illness. I stand upright. I cannot lie down either during the night nor during the day. They have stuffed my mouth with cracks and closed my mouth with cords. They have made the water of my drink scarce. grief.
So, what about Demon Dine and some Psychic Dose? I'm not going to lie to everybody. I got a little bit of a crush on the singer for Psychic Dose. She's a bit of a cutie, she is.